I certainly broke no rules. I can tell you once again that I certainly broke no rules.
What I can tell the right honourable gentleman is that all guidance was followed completely.
What I can tell you is that all the guidelines were observed, continue to be observed. I can tell you that the guidelines were followed at all times.
Well, did you investigate that yourself? Have you satisfied yourself that
I have satisfied myself that the guidelines were followed at all times.
But I have been repeatedly assured since these allegations emerged that there was no party and that no COVID rules were broken. I'm sickened myself and furious about that. How infuriating it must be to think that the people who have been setting the rules have not been following the rules.
The evidence I can see is that people in this building have stayed within the rules. As I say, I certainly broke no rules. I can tell you once again that I certainly broke no rules. Those were people at work. Those were meetings of people at work talking about, this is where I live, it's where I work. Those were meetings of people at work talking about work.
Number 10 is a big department with the garden as an extension of the office, which has been in constant use because of the role of fresh air in stopping the virus. And when I went into that garden just after 6 on the 20th of May 2020 to thank groups of staff before going back into my office 25 minutes later to continue working, I believed implicitly that this was a work event.
There's 40 people there, the tables are laid out with food and drink and there's alcohol being served in the middle of a lockdown, and you think that's a work event. That is just ludicrous, isn't it? You are just taking the mickey out of the British people by suggesting that. You know how silly that sounds, don't you?
I think what people need to do is wait and see what the report says.
Let's be absolutely clear. The right honourable gentleman is continuing to ask a series of questions which he knows will be fully addressed by the inquiry. He is wasting this House's time. He's wasting the people's time, Mr. Speaker. He continues to be completely irrelevant, Mr. Speaker.
You wrote those laws. You told the nation to abide by them. You went on television night after night and told them to abide by them. If you are found to have broken your own laws,
I understand the
will
question.
you stay in your job?
I understand the question you're raising, but any answer would be interpreted as a point of commentary about the process. I've got to make sure as soon as I have something meaningful to say about this, which will be at the end of the process, I will make sure I do it to you, to the BBC, and I'll have a lot more to say about this in due course.